Hi Stampers, Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers, and I have two beautiful cards to share with you today. Both of them use the Blended Season Bundle that is only available in August. So if you like this bundle, make sure you pick it up before the end of August or before it sells out, because they have not guaranteed it's going to be available the whole time. It's while supplies last. As you know, it is also part of this month's Stamps in the Mail. So when you purchase it from me and use a special host code, you're going to get a free card kit to make 6 cards plus over 20 step-by-step tutorials, all for free. So make sure you purchase by the 10th. But today I wanted to show you these 2 cards. These are not part of Stamps in the Mail, but I wanted to show you how I colored them in 2 different ways that you can color these stamps. So let's go ahead and flip the camera down and take a look at them. Like I said, we're using the Blended Season stamp set. Boy, this bugger is so versatile. We have so many great images and words for all different occasions, but I think more than anything, I love the framelets. Stitch Season framelets, that's a mouthful, but I love these right here. Frames, I guess we'll call them, but they're stitched so that when you cut with them, it will show the stitching on both what you cut and the negative, so it works really perfect for like windows and stuff like that too. So let's go ahead and set these aside and take a peek at the 2 cards I want to share with you today. Both of these are my summary cards, okay, and they have the big floral image. You can see here how big it is. And for both of these cards, I just colored them using 2 different ways, and I want to show you the 2 different ways I colored so that you can maybe try one of these if you've never done it before. First, we're going to look at this one. I watercolored these, and I like to call this my messy watercoloring. Quick and easy, sloppy watercoloring. It's just kind of a really cool look, easy to achieve. So I did a little bit of work ahead of time. I've got a piece of shimmery white. Whenever you're using any type of watercolor, you want to make sure you're using either shimmery white or watercolor paper, because that water on the regular Whisper White will make it all beat up and fuzz up and get all icky on you. You don't want that. So we've white embossed. So I've just used my Versamark. Make sure whenever you're embossing, you take your embossing buddy first, rub it across there, stamp it in Versamark, and then a little embossing tip. I keep my powder in an old Tupperware container, and so once it's in, I've stamped it, I can take this, scoop it in, dump it off, and keep tapping that extra off until it's all ready to go, and then we heat emboss it. So that part has all been done already. Next, we're going to grab our ink pads here, and we have Gorgeous Grape, Mango Melody, and Granny Apple Green. Boy, aren't these colors pretty together and so super summery. Now, since we're watercoloring, we're going to use AquaPainter, and we're going to use the ink from the pads. Now, with the old style pads, you can just squeeze them this way and get ink on the lid. These are a little bit harder to get that ink because they're stiffer and they're not quite as thick. So I just flip them upside down and I press with the heel of my hand. So we'll press on all of these. And then when we open them up, we get a blob of ink. So that may not look super pretty, but you know what? My pads, I want them to look like they're loved and they're used. So we've opened them up. Now, for the way I watercolor these, I'm taking my AquaPainter, give it a squeeze, make sure you got water coming out of it. And you probably can't see these flowers very well. But I'm going to take and just color in with water one of the flowers at a time. And then we're going to pick up some of this ink and I'm going to just kind of dab it in here. Okay, if you need more water, give your AquaPainter a squeeze, but as you dab and you get more water, you can just kind of keep dabbing. Okay, let it go out of the lines a little bit. The embossing actually holds it in the lines, which is awesome, but we do want it to go out a little bit. So I just went through, I colored all the flowers, then I took my AquaPainter and I just have an old towel here and I squeezed it and just kind of cleaned it off on the towel. And I did the exact same thing for the leaves. Boy, they're hard to see. Let's find one. Here's one. So again, I'm going to just go ahead, add some water in there, pick up some of this granny apple and dab it on there. Again, let a little of it go out. And that's how simple this watercoloring is. Take a look at the finished one. And then I just embossed this in white on the black, added it on there, and then check out these little pearls. Those are just the white, our normal white pearls, and I colored them with one of the Stampin Blends. So you can make pearls to match almost any color based on the different colors of blends you have. And we'll open it up there's the inside. So that's the first method of coloring that I wanted to show you today. Again, quick and easy because that's all that I ever do. So let's go ahead and flip to the second card. Now this one is a little bit different. I guess it's much neater, the coloring. I stayed in the lines, but this one I colored with the Stampin Blends. Now when you're using Stampin Blends, you're going to want to use Whisper White cardstock. So completely different than using water. And you also want to make sure you stamp with Memento because your other inks, either your archival or your StazOn or your regular inks, they're going to bleed and run when those blends hit it. So go ahead and make sure you're using Memento. We've stamped our image, we've let it dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and I think I have Daffodil Delight, and I have the dark one and the light one. Now, covers pull off a little bit hard, but that's a good thing because they won't dry out. Now it's kind of, I want to say personal preference. I like to go light first. So I color that in with the light, and then I came in here with some dark. I went kind of on the ends and a little bit in the center, and I come back to the light and just blend it. And then I'll go to the next one. Do one petal at a time because you want to be able to blend these colors, and they'll work best if you just keep switching back and forth. So you can see that's all I'm doing. We can go light. Now some people do prefer to go dark then light, and you know what? That works perfectly fine too. Really whatever works for you. So after I've colored all of the yellow, make sure you put your caps on, push them down on your table until you hear that snap to make sure they're good and closed. And I did the same thing on the leaves, and then I used the orange, what is this? Pumpkin, the dark pumpkin on the centers. And that's all I did to color it. Once it was all colored, I used our framelits and I cut it out, and I cut another one and put it there. Then we have this, I think it's called Tufted embossing folder on there just to add some added texture. So super simple. The fun thing with this stamp is you can color with, whether you want to do blends, you can use the AquaPainter like I did, you could use a blender pen, you could use your regular markers, you could use watercolor pencils, whichever way you like to color. But I just wanted to show you two of the ways I prefer to color. So what do you like better? AquaPainter and kind of the sloppy look, or more staying in the lines and using the Stampin Blends? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you prefer, or if you don't like coloring with either of these, let me know how you do like to color. So I hope you like these cards and just some quick tips on coloring. And don't forget, this bundle is only available while supplies last or till the end of August. So if you like it, make sure you go shopping and you purchase it. If you have any questions at all, get a hold of me, leave me a comment, contact me. I'm happy to help you. I'm a full-time Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I absolutely love my job, and why I like it, the best thing about it is helping you make quick and easy cards. So don't be afraid to ask me any questions. No question is stupid. I'm here to help you. We all started someplace. So I hope you have a stamp happy day, and I'll be back again real shortly to stamp some more cards with you. So have a stamp happy day, and I'll talk to you again soon.